Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for clicking on the video today. So I wanted to go ahead and discuss some team comps or team builds for the girl Eula. I mentioned that I would discuss this in my last video, and I wanted to go ahead and provide some different options that you may not have thought of initially. We always have the usual team build where it has, you know, Zhongli, Bennett, Mona, characters like that would run alongside Eula very well, and they still definitely will. You know, those team comps are always going to be absolutely fantastic because those characters you can run with literally anybody. You can put them on any team comp. But what I wanted to do is maybe give you some different options and some different ways of building teams. And if you guys have some additional characters that I might have missed or something that you thought of that I did not, let me know in the comments down below. I would truly appreciate it. It always means a lot to me when you guys give me some different ideas, because it not only helps me, but it also helps the community. With that being said, let's go ahead and let's take a look at some of those team builds today. So the best way I thought to jump this off was to go ahead and show you my main team build, how I'm going to be using Eula in my team comp. And it's going to be this team right here, and where you see Ganyu, just plug Eula in, and that's going to be my main team. Now, the thought process behind it is Jean, absolutely fantastic character for not only supporting the team, but also being able to do some pretty good damage herself, as well as she's going to be really nice alongside Eula because they're both the Knights of Mondstadt. I just wanted to run them two together anyways, but Jean fits on every team comp. She's absolutely fantastic. Hu Tao to get maybe some melt comps going, but also to be able to be a good DPS to run alongside Eula. So I'll have Hu Tao out, use her elemental skill when that's on cooldown, bring Eula out, yet let Eula do what Eula does, and then when I want to bring Hu Tao in, I can bring her back in. So, and then we had that Pyro Cryo going on. So that is the thought process there. Plus, I love Hu Tao, have to have her on the team. And then Big Daddy Zhongli, of course, because of reasons that I'm going to go into here in just a second, but also Zhongli's a mainstay on my teams. He's absolutely fantastic. His shield, his elemental burst, everything that goes with Zhongli is just absolutely fantastic. So this is going to be my main team. I thought I would just show you guys my main team that I'm going to be using. All right, so the main first team build that I wanted to go over with you guys, and I dubbed this team the Pure Speed team. Now, this is all in reference to getting Eula's attack speed as high as possible, because we want to try and utilize Eula's elemental burst because of how broken and absurd it's going to be. I thought having Eula be able to attack as fast as possible is going to be very beneficial to get as many stacks as we possibly can for her elemental burst. So that is what this team is all about. Now, I understand we have Jean and we have Venti here, and there's going to be some caveat to it that we'll get into here in just a second. So this may not be the most realistic team and not even the most beneficial, but once again, this video is all about giving you guys different options, right? Kind of expand, think outside the box type of deal, right? And so I thought this team would be fun and one that I might even try. So what is it all about, or what's the reason for it? So Jean, if we take a look at Jean, you may or may not know, if we go over to her constellation on C2, when Jean picks up an elemental orb / particle, all party members have their movement speed and attack speed increased by 15% for 15 seconds. So that is if you have Jean at C2. Once again, I understand this may not be the most realistic setup for most people, but once again, it's all about thinking outside the box. Now, Chongyun, to his passive talent 1, Steady Breathing, sword, claymore, or polearm wielding characters within the field created by Spirit Blade have their normal attack speed increased by 8%. Not only that, but then we get the Cryo Resonance, which is really nice, where if we have 2 cryo characters on the same team, we increase crit rate against opponents that are frozen or affected by cryo by 15%, which is really nice for Eula because her ascension level up is crit damage. So having more crit rate is always going to be beneficial. It allows you to stack your crit damage a little bit higher as well. So that's Chongyun right there. This will be Eula, of course. My boy Venti, why we have him here? Well, I didn't find any other characters that were going to increase Eula's attack speed per se, so do apologize about that. If you know of another character, please let me know in the comments down below. I couldn't find anything, but the reason why I'm using Venti on here is for the the Anemo Resonance, where it decreases stamina consumption by 15% and it increases movement speed by 10%, but it also shortens the skill cooldown by 5%. So this does allow us to focus on the stacks once more, because it also is by the elemental skill that you can get stacks going. So if we can get the cooldown of the elemental skill by at least a fraction of a little bit, then that can help as well. So it's kind of pseudo attack speed somewhat. I just use Venti for that, but you can literally put any other character on there. Once again, I didn't find any character that can do attack speed up, but obviously probably a weapon you could throw on there, or artifacts for Eula. But anyways, that is the pure speed build. Let's go ahead into the next build. Now we have the next build, and this is I put free-to-play physical reduction, but it's a pseudo-physical free-to-play reduction because we have Zhongli here. But what is this all about? So, if you may or may not know, Eula is all about outputting the most physical damage as possible. That is if you're going with a pure physical damage build for her, which is the one that I recommend. So this team is to just enhance that as much as possible. Chongyun is in here as Eula, as a placeholder. But we have Zhongli. Now, why do we have Zhongli here? Well, Zhongli overall is an absolutely fantastic character. But if we go over to his talent with his E, oh my bad, if we go over down to the Jade Shield, possesses 150% absorption against all elemental physical damage, and then the characters protected by the Jade Shield will decrease the elemental resistance and physical resistance of opponents in a small AoE by 20%. So it's going to lower the enemy's physical resistance, allowing Eula to hit a little bit harder. And then if we go over to Xinyan, now the reason why we have Xinyan here is within actually her C4. So this does require that you have her at C4. But if you have Xinyan at C4, Sweeping Fervor swing damage decreases opponent's physical resistance by 15% for 12 seconds. Which once again is going to allow Eula to hit a little bit harder. And then we have Lisa here. For Lisa, if we go over to, I think it's within her talent if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. Nope, it is within her talent. Passive talent 2, opponent hit by lightning rose have their defense decreased by 15% for 10 seconds. So not necessarily physical per se, but it's just defense in general, which once again will allow Eula to hit a little bit harder. So that's why this is a pseudo free-to-play physical reduction team build comp that you can go ahead and utilize, with the exception being Zhongli. But if you did go ahead and pull for Zhongli, and you still are going to have enough for Eula, then this will definitely work. So that is that team. Let's go ahead on to the next team. All right, now the next team is most definitely the pay-to-win physical reduction team. And that is because we have 2 5-star characters here. Well, 3 once we have Eula, and then Xinyan. Now, Xinyan for the same reasons that we had her on the free-to-play one, for that C4. And I guess that's a little pay to win slightly as well, getting Xinyan C4. So this probably equates. But Zhongli, for the very same reason that we had him on the first team, and why we have him on the free-to-play team, for that shield, for the physical reduction. And then Venti, because of Venti's, I believe, C2 once again. So let's go ahead and take a look at Venti. That's why this is definitely a pay-to-win one. So if you have Venti at C2, opponents launched by Skyward Sonnet suffer an additional 12% enema resistance and physical resistance decrease while airborne. So it's going to go ahead and reduce their physical resistance. So we have a little physical shred going on there with Venti's C2. So definitely a pay-to-win team. Being able to have Zhongli, Venti at you. Not only do you have to have Venti, because that's not just integrated within his kit, you have to have him C2, getting Eula, and then having Xinyan C4, definitely a pay-to-win team. But if you have the necessary components, this might actually be a really good team for Eula to be able to do the most damage. And that's what this team build is all about, or these suggestions. It's just suggestions for your Eula to be able to output the most damage, right? Especially, once again, if you're going for that full physical build, which is what I recommend. Now, once again, you know, you can obviously have the common characters that you would be running with just about any team comp. Once again, I just wanted to go ahead and provide something that's a little more out of the box, something that you may not have thought of initially. And let's go ahead and introduce the very last team that I had. Now, the very last team is Team Thick Thighs. So, Eula will be Chongyun, and then you have Jean, Rosaria, and Mona. Had to include this team, couldn't end the video without it, and this will be a fantastic option for you to go ahead and try out and see how it works. If it doesn't work out as far as damage output, nonetheless, it's going to be very nice to look at. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you like what you saw, and I hope you got something from it. Hopefully it did help, and hopefully I wasn't all over the place. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic and epic day today. Remember to stay happy, stay healthy, and always remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. And until next time, my boys, until next time, it's your homie Cody GT, and I'm out. Bye, guys.